Hello people of Egypt, I want to share my thoughts on something I believe we share. I want people to feel well, to have a home, to have family and friends who love you and cares for you. I want people smiling, to share fun experiences. I want people to be healthy and to be able to learn things that are interesting and do stuff that are interesting. I want more hugs among humans and less punches. I want to see people who help each other rather than fight. I'm sure you agree. I also know that you and I are not that different at all. I live in a country far away from Egypt. I have never set my foot in Africa, and I have a different background, a different language, maybe even a different religious belief and skin color. But I still know that you and I are very alike. Just like me, you need food, clean water and clean air. We need a home to protect us from not only weather, but from stress in our everyday life. We need other people whom we can share our thoughts and fears. A wife or husband, a parent or a friend. Otherwise, we would go nuts. I also believe that you as well as I want to do something important with your life. We got to have something to do, some goal or mission, some purpose in life. We don't sit around waiting for death, do we? We live our life. Not always as we intended, but we try. Confident that you agree so far. I think you also agree that it's really sad what's happened in Egypt. After the fall of Mubarak, everything looked so promising. But it's never easy, I guess. We all have enemies. There are a couple of people and groups back in my country, Sweden, which I really don't like. I think their stances on religious and political issues are not just wrong but dangerous. I fear for them getting into power, and every so often I work myself into a rage over them and wish them the worst of days. But then I take a deep breath and think. I think that these people who I feel are filled with evil and hatred. Would it be better off if I gave them more hatred? I realize that just as you and I, they and I are not that different either. We still want that safe home, clean water and clean air. We just have different ways to go about it. So even if it's hard, I try to talk to them, find that common ground, bridge the differences. And you might think this is all lies, but some of them have become my closest friends. I have followed you ever since the start of the revolution back in 2011, and I'm very impressed by your diligence and perseverance toward creating a better society. You have shown courage that I could only dream of. It takes a lot of will and heart to be able to stand up to authorities that are ready to use deadly force, and has used deadly force. You have my full empathy, and I wish I could do more. When I see pictures from Tahrir Square and other places in Egypt, I can't help but shiver. Because what I've seen so far is a unity of people which isn't seen very often. I see not just bright people, but absolutely brilliant people. I see lots of love and oneness. You're way better than an angry rock-throwing mob, and I would cry if that's what the revolution is turning into. I think it would benefit precisely everyone if you could continue being the very best of humanity. When I see aerial views of the hundreds of thousands of people joining together on the streets and squares, I get stunned, because what I'm looking at is nothing less than the true government of Egypt. The government who's always been there, even when Mubarak was around. It's really you who governs the country. I can see the farmer who grows food. I can see the steel worker who manufactures the building materials for cars and buildings and roads. I see the teacher who educates the children and youth of the country to become the best they can be. I see the engineer who makes sure buses and trains work. I see the road worker who services the roads and lays out new pavement. I see the cleaner who cleans the floors, toilets, streets, so you don't get sick. I see the scientists who develop new medicines. I see the doctor, the fireman and the police who save so many lives. When you stand on Tahrir Square or any other place, it truly is yours. You're the ones who extracted the resources, designed it, built it, educated the people for it. You are brilliant people. You don't need Mubarak or Morsi or any other. You have never needed them. You can do whatever you want right now if you work together.